Think, am I doing a good job here? Or am I going to be the first against the wall when the next revolution comes? Do you care? Do you care about this? Anyone care about that stuff I've just said? Thank you. I love being alive now because I was born then. I'd explain that to 1 million people. What do I mean by that? This is going to come as a shock, but I'm actually quite old. A little bit older than most of the coders here. I dress, obviously, very trendily and hold it well. But I was born and grew up, and my formative years were in a time when none of this stuff happened. And I got my information, my news, I got it 3 times a day. If I was lucky, got a newspaper delivered. I got a 12 o'clock news report, and I got 6 o'clock news. That's how it was. That was life. I was born then, so I remember how it was, and I can see how this is an amazing, amazing world because of that. It's so changed. As the guy from Dilbert said, how freaking amazing is this world at the moment? And how amazing is it going to be because you guys are going to be developing stuff. It's not about technology, it's about you guys doing amazing stuff with it. Thank you.
You back up here. Can't move off that easily. Questions, folks?
Yeah, questions.
Yeah.
As a teacher, the oldest person, right? I was really interested in why you thought going onto mobile, and maybe I misunderstood you, that it would get rid of the roadblocks around potential universality. Were you just talking about the fact that it would get to more places, or would it prevent the evil black bootcamp from taking over and commercialising what's our own life, our own place, our own cloud, our own soil?
Good question. Will it, so having a mobile, does that mean just because I can use it in a lot more places and it's more portable, does that take away the fact that somebody might come in and say, well, you've got an iPhone, you have to go to the Apple network, and therefore we're going to control it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It just, I see that mobile access and mobile handsets are what? They are more universally available, they're more universally accepted. I think it's just people want that and they don't want one of those. So from this is where people are going to go, because this is just really cool, it's in my pocket, and I have to plug this thing in and nah. So it's going to be that, it's going to drive it. Will that necessarily drive an open world? No, it's just another bit of technology that could then be usurped.
But say you build everything in the cloud and then one day say Amazon go bankrupt and overnight access has gone to their servers or Google or whatever. So in that sense, you don't own it as much because they kind of own the space where you were putting them in.
Yep. So if I put all my eggs in one basket, as I'm well known to do, and what if that basket suddenly is taken away from me? I think that's an extremely valid fear that people should have. Currently, I put that as a risk. It's something that I weigh the risks up and say, for me, it's Google. Is Google going to go away, or are they going to close it? No, it's a trust thing. So I'm trusting them that they will A, exist, they'll run a business so that they can keep making profits, so that they can keep the electricity on. And I trust their approach and their data integrity, or the integrity of their users. There are other companies I don't have that trust with, even though I use them, but I would use them on a one-off, quick basis. I'll get in, use it for something to get out, won't name names. In the long term, I'm 6 1 half to the other of that Richard Storm point of view of why don't we do it all on our own machines, look after your own information, and these things can all connect. It's our private clouds. I believe that that then takes us backwards in an approach to this interconnected stuff. We have stuff that's electronic and it's not so interconnected. So it is a trust. For me, it's a trust thing. Ah, we all trusted the media publishers once, didn't we? So maybe I could be back on the wrong tree.
Oh yeah. So well, when you are referring to cloud, basically, according to your presentation, I seem to me the cloud including everything, internet and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a very broad definition.
Absolutely.
But I'm a PhD student from Victoria. Basically, I'm researching in cloud computing specifically. So this is a narrow definition. It's the offering from Amazon.com, Google, these kind of big players. So, but they have one type of offering, saying the platform and the service. So for the developers, they don't need to configure their own environment. So they just go plug into the cloud and start programming and designing and testing and then implementing the same environment. So do you have any, I really want to listen to some, if you guys have any comments on it, especially from you. Anyone have a comment? That would be great. So platform as a service.
Yeah, I mean it's all made up for that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we all go to soil, we'll put the I for infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
The cloud, again, a lot of my mates are not computer nerds at all. Nerds equals geeks, according to Google, I understand. Bad people. Their new dictionary says nerds equals geeks. There'll be uproar. None of my mates are that. When I talk about cloud computing, they go, what? They just talk about the stuff it does for them. So from a technical point of view, there is information infrastructure as service, platform as service, there are all those. And I suspect that they will then, over time, we will get more specialised within our industry. But I was very specifically talking about this, just that facade of stuff, the thing that people connect to. It's, for me, it would be like saying to my wife, what operating system are you running and what's that machine and chips in there? And she'll go, I don't know. I just start typing, I don't know what it is. So, and that was a game changer to go, I don't know, I just do stuff and it gets on with it. And now we've taken it from the little hub here, taken it out of the bubble and putting it out into the world. And for most people, I don't think they care. That's my view of it, and that's how I come at it. I just really don't.
Yeah, in the very beginning you said that you don't care about technology.
No. Anybody else care?
Yeah.
I
Do
realised
you
I
care?
do. I realised I do care.
You do?
Yeah, and I realised why. It was an epiphany.
God, excellent.
This is the new democracy. And you've got democracy only exists as long as you appear to be eternally vigilant. In the early days of the internet, people were vigilant against people commercialising it. They used to get blamed if you appeared to advertising it on the web. There'd be a new kind of vigilance required, and it's about people stealing your right to be there without paying on a universal basis, which is the kind of black spectacle we're talking about. So maybe the price of being on the internet is going to be eternal vigilance to make sure that it doesn't get hijacked by a particular thing of some kind.
Yeah,
It's a
I
bit
agree with that.
esoteric, but
Yeah. And that
we
could
started
come,
the theme of esoterics.
yeah, that's cool. And that could come back to, again, as Mike was saying, as you were saying, if you're using a particular service and then suddenly they hijack you, they suddenly take away your little bit away from you, then what do you do? And that's that eternal vigilance and that eternal, this is ours. And I'm willing to pay for a bit of someone who's put some stuff out for me to play on there, but they have to recognise they've come into the field and they're playing in this great big field. It's not like suddenly it's AOL online and it's theirs. It's not that. They've joined the internet with a service and it's like fantastic and I'm happy to pay for that. But you've come to our playground, not we've come to yours. Not sure I answered your question at all there, but apologise.